McDonald's is lacking soul these days?
Yes. This story also involves Nicholas and Zachary. And
Seeing a
poor
trend
Erica.
here of being a father, Alex.
all
I want to do is talk about my kids.
Even when I go to the bars by myself and I talk to the singles there, I'm just like, hey, I got some pictures of my kids in my wallet. And I have a podcast on YouTube. Where are you going?
Trying to force people to watch it.
Yeah.
Look at this.
So we had to go and take it in our car to get the engine checked and stuff. Got it taken care of, and we were out in Monticello. And I told Erica, hey, it's like 6:15. It's late. By the time we get home, it's going to be too late. Let's just go to McDonald's. So we went to McDonald's there. And I don't know how long ago you actually ate at a McDonald's, but I've been noticing this trend with a lot of their locations where after they got rid of the Playland area, they really didn't utilize that additional space for additional seating. It's just that there's barely any seating now at a McDonald's, it seems. Like you can maybe put in like 3 or 4 dozen chairs in there and stuff. Like they really, it's sort of where they've changed the restaurant now to be primarily drive-through. When you walk into a lot of them, they have the self-automated kiosk, in which then you just take a placard and you take it to your table and they'll deliver it, or you have like one register to actually speak to a human being, some rando 20-year-old.
That's how mine is. I haven't talked to somebody at McDonald's in a year, in a year or two, where I just go to the kiosk and punch it in.
Yeah. And the boys still like going there because they got the chicken nuggets for Zachary, and Nicholas really likes the hamburger. I'm a little irate because I can't get a cheeseburger Happy Meal, but
wait,
whatever.
Why can't you get a cheeseburger Happy Meal?
It's not on the menu anymore. You get a hamburger, a 4-piece, or a 6-piece chicken McNugget. That's it.
The slice of American cheese is too much to be on a Happy Meal?
Yes. If you want the slice of cheese, you have to order the Happy Meal hamburger plus cheese.
This sounds perverse.
It is. They replaced the cheeseburger with the 6-count chicken McNuggets for the Happy Meals.
But there was always a 6-count chicken McNugget Happy Meal.
I always thought it was 4.
Nah. 4 is the 4's from the dollar menu. It doesn't.
It's the children's Happy Meal, so yeah. But the decor is very stark. It's very bland. It's like this postmodern, mid-century modern type of thing. It's an issue. There used to be themed McDonald's restaurants, and they don't really seem to exist anymore, especially even for like the franchisees. And it's something that also could be viewed specifically in like Taco Bell's, where Taco Bell's used to have that cool purple and turquoise look from the 90s, and then before that was the more of the brick whitewashed type of hacienda looking type of thing, like Southwestern, and now they're just like this gray and black with like this cool amethyst color, and it's an unfortunate thing because you're kind of looking, each of these places have their own menu of fast food items, but there's nothing that sets them apart visually compared to some other ones. Was something wrong with my microphone just now?
No, Alex, keep it.
Okay, sorry. So anyways, so along with this, I just feel like that the uniqueness of going to McDonald's, like when we were younger, definitely, because it's, I'm nostalging about stuff, kind of has lost its appeal. Especially when you go in there and you look at the menu and you're like, okay, there's like 9 like combo meals I can get, and then just whatever, which is kind of unfortunate. And to top it off, what was interesting about this, I decided to be brave and get a Big Mac, because I sent you that message about how they're going to try to zhuzh up the Big Mac. It was a regular Big Mac.
Well, when did the fancy Big Mac take?
I don't know. It was not hold. At the Monticello McDonald's in
Alex,
Illinois.
look at this. and I don't want to get accused of plagiarism, so I'm just going to say,
citation needed.
Look at this.
That's the stuff I'm talking about.
Look at this thing from
It's hokey and gaudy,
throwbacks.com.
but it's beautiful. They got the Fry Kids. The kids don't know about the Fry Kids. They're like, who's Grimace?
The kids don't know about the Fry Kids.
Look at that. You could have your N64. Subway. Yeah, Subway's had like Subway stuff.
No, but this is like soul.
Mm-hmm.
And N64, the old Subway.
The old Subways.
I
was never in an old Chick-fil-A, but
yeah.
Burger King used to have that type of look. Hardee's does the same thing.
Wood.
Wendy's used to, the super bar.
The
super bar. And then the glass thing was like there we go. See, and here's the thing. Looking at those pictures, they don't even need to have like the name on top. When you look at those pictures, you know exactly what the place is that you're looking at. Nowadays, it's stark. It's uninspired. It's just
oh, this chairs that swivel halfway. Yes.
Yeah. But anyways, I had the Big Mac. It was actually one of the better Big Macs I've had in recent years. I don't order them really anymore because they're always sometimes dry with the bread. But this one was actually pretty well done. And for dessert, I even treated the boys to ice cream cones. Their ice cream machine was working.
I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem getting ice cream at a McDonald's.
I don't either. I don't know who these
I don't know
people
where
are
that
BSing.
meme came from.
I don't know. It must be a West Coast thing or something.
I do think that when McDonald's switched from having frozen patties to having the fresh meat patties for the quarter pounder, the food got a little too good. Like McDonald's to me was always this. It was fast food, kind of shitty, but also delicious.
Mass produced type of, you knew what you were getting into when you were going in there.
And frankly, I blame Wendy's for this disaster because Wendy's was the one who called them out for not using frozen patties.
Yes.
And
Burger King just kind of sunk back into the topiaries and didn't want to deal with any of this stuff.
Exactly. And now I still get McDonald's occasionally at lunch because it's driving distance from work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really the only fast food that I regularly get.
Oh, the one there on Chicago and Damon.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't want people to know where I work. Well, it's very easy to find where I work.
Next to Mariano's?
Next to Mariano's. Liz and I are the only two who are like, we love McDonald's and fuck everyone who thinks it's
good.
Who's judgy about it.
Yeah. Tell Morgan Spurlock to shove it up his ass.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, yeah, and then they found out that like he had like all these other health problems that kind of helped contribute.
Well, wasn't he like an alcoholic or something? And he's like, oh no, my kidney and liver died because of McDonald's. And then like 10 years later, it's
French
like,
fries.
Oh, I'm also an awful alcoholic, and maybe that contributed in some small way. All the fast food places around me have closed. I'm very disturbed by this. Wrigleyville killed McDonald's and Taco Bell. And now the Burger King on Irving Park, which was my only salvation, is gone. Because I would driving home, I would stop by. In the early days, I would drive to McDonald's for breakfast. Then I get Taco Bell for dinner, and then occasionally I get Burger King instead. Now nothing. It's all gone. Disaster. Total.
Like tears in the rain.
Chicago's a fucking shithole. I mean, it kind of is.
You mean it's a fucking shithole so far?
I told you that I'm probably gonna.
Yeah.
I haven't committed to anything yet.
Well, here's the funny thing. The one in Wrigleyville, and then other than the one that you go to for lunch, the only other McDonald's I can ever recall seeing in Chicago was Rock and Roll McDonald's,
which is gone.
I don't. Yeah.
There's a McDonald's in Uptown, which is a little bit north of me. Which if you want to go to the McDonald's in Uptown in Chicago, you just have to like wear a bulletproof vest,
or Kevlar,
get a bunch of
level 3 plates,
get some vaccinations, riot helmet.
Right helmet.
No, it's not
breach
that
truck.
bad. I've
Well-
gone there. I've only had 3 incidents. One in the
At the
drive-through.
Uptown McDonald's.
One in the drive-through. Well, actually, 2 in the drive-through, and 1 inside.
But see, that just shows you how ludicrous it is that in America, you yourself, to get to the closest McDonald's now, have to go all the way up to uptown just to get to a McDonald's, when those things used to be on every corner, like a Starbucks or like, a Bank of America or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, there's plenty more in the suburbs. Obviously, this is like maximum comfy.
oh god, that roof.
Yeah.
There's I forgot what the Crazy Crossings. There was one location in the Fortnite maps, which is like a burger place, and they had that same kind of roof with those like ridge lines and stuff like that. It was always so nice to go and land on top of that thing, because it's such great memories of a lot of that stuff, and I kind of feel bad that my boys can't really be able to run around there for a couple minutes before to burn up some of the burger fat.
Do they have any of the play places?
No.
Okay, so they're all gone.
Apparently, they've gutted all of them, exterior and those interior ones that they built during the 90s.
I mean,
there might be like a couple of rare unicorns out in the wild, but
this is the real shit.
yes, that's where you skinned your knees and you burned you roasted yourself inside.
They use
cop.
your child skin for the chicken McNuggets that got burned onto the slide. So my aunt and uncle owned a bunch of franchises for McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
And when this shit got retired in like the late 80s, maybe early 90s,
yeah, that was about the time.
they had the Hamburglar. Or no, that's not that's the cop. What's the cop's name?
I looked him up one time. There's a whole wiki. There's also a pirate captain. There's a bunch of characters they used to have that they kind of did away with it.
McDonald's hamburger cop. Officer Big Mac. It's a Big Mac. So anyway, the point is that my aunt and uncle had Officer Big Mac in their backyard because they pulled it out of one of the franchises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they a lot of that stuff. I remember the one in Villa Park had this massive indoor play place, which was it was amazing, and it was basically like I would say it took up at least like 2/3 of the entire store square footage because of how massive it was. And the year they ended up getting rid of it, like they just you look at the McDonald's and it shrank to like less than half the size, and they it kind of lost its appeal and stuff. I mean, granted, I was older at that point, so it didn't really appeal to me, but I just always have these fond memories where the whole inside was just made to look like Ronald McDonald Land, which even now, like you think about, we're talking about all this stuff and McDonald Land, none of these kids, like McDonald's even have the characters anymore. They'll throw out like Ronald McDonald once in a blue moon, and then they just had that whole like adult Happy Meal with the Grimace shake and stuff. But it's kids aren't they have no connection to it, which is who it was initially geared towards. But just in general, like society has kind of moved away from trying to utilize mascots to entice children and stuff, even though they still have them running around sports games and stuff like that. But yeah, after those skin your knee type of things, that's when they started building a lot of those brightly colored play places that were interior during the 90s.
Yeah, but they don't even have those anymore.
No, yeah. And a lot, and most of them, they just got rid of them and didn't even replace them with anything else. Like they just they didn't add any square footage. It's like nowadays, there's barely any place to move around, like turn around in the McDonald's.
I wonder why did they get rid of the internal play places?
The story goes, I've heard on a few occasions that the general idea was that they were kind of not up to code. There was a lack of interest in children, going to those. They didn't want to really deal with the upkeep and maintenance of that. And also just, I think it was, a lot of this also was unfortunately spurred because of the whole like Super Size Me thing, where they were like trying to say that like, this whole thing where they're trying to turn this place into Chuck E. Cheese, and you bring your kids and you feed them, highly saturated fat foods and stuff like that, which, now saturated fats are beginning to be popular again because of seed oils and all that stuff. So it's a cyclical thing. So unfortunately, it was just a changing of the times again and stuff. Kind of like Saturday morning cartoons don't exist because, that was primarily due to the government trying to step in and say that you need to have X amount of educational programming per week, and Saturday morning cartoons were kind of at that point seen as just general commercials for action figure toys and things like that, which that was its whole type of thing. It's government doing stuff that it doesn't need to be dealing with, quite frankly. And then eventually, after one network started, NBC got rid of stuff and they turned into teen NBC to get towards an older group. A lot of them switched to like educational programming. Kids don't care about educational programming. I can tell you mine don't care about that. They want to watch Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, well, it depends. Like when Beekman's
although
World,
Nicholas knows Magic School Bus. He likes Magic School Bus.
Yeah, Magic School Bus was good.
But Magic School Bus is once in a lifetime type of thing. I mean,
once in a lifetime.
I liked Beekman's World too.
But yeah, I do feel bad for. I feel like in pursuit of safety, we have sacrificed a lot of
youthful innocence and happiness.
That's what I was trying. That was what I meant to say. In pursuit of safety, we have sacrificed happiness. In pursuit of security, we have sacrificed freedom. Like this is indicative of the entire United States, but also the world. It's just become, we're a little too sanitized.
Yeah.
And
very milquetoast.
It's I don't think it's wrong for kids to skin their knees and get a little bit of sunburn, sheltering everyone from everything is not a good plan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's better. It's also just better for them to get that, that abrasion and that, getting a splinter just because it at a younger age, because then they know that this is what might happen again if they, choose to do, more reckless stuff. And also, you don't want the kid to be like, a teenager and they get their first like really bad like scab on their knee, and then they're freaking out because like, this has never happened before.
And they're doing a YouTube vlog about it.